This is Top 30. Coming up, there's a nail polish allergy warning. These sisters have been charged with stealing almost $500,000 in lunch money. And we remember the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T.
Welcome to the show. I'm Kristen Smith, and here are 30 things you need to know today. A new report says global warming is leading to an increase in the number of mosquito danger days. Researchers from a group called Climate Central analyze the number of days each year that have an average temperature between 61 and 93 degrees. These days are called mosquito danger days because this is the range of temperature that mosquito-borne illnesses like West Nile, Zika, and yellow fever are most likely to be transmitted. Of the 244 cities reviewed, 94% had an increase in these days. The more days, the higher the risk among a population. And as the risk increases, it becomes even more important to protect yourself. Experts recommend using insect repellent with at least 20% DEET, wearing long-sleeve shirts and pants, and taking steps to control ticks and fleas on your pets. Now let's go to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with Nicole Petalides. Nicole, some Instagram users are not happy.
That's right, Kristen. There's a weird Instagram hack that's locking users out of their accounts. Users are reporting their profile pictures being changed, contact info being replaced with a Russian email address, and in some cases, accounts being deleted. Instagram said it's aware of the issue and is investigating. The number of 401k millionaires hit a record high last month. This, according to Fidelity Investments. And get this, the number of the firm's 401k millionaire retirement accounts has more than doubled in the past 3 years. T-Mobile is teaming up with Pandora and Live Nation to offer new perks. Existing customers will get a free year of Pandora Plus, which normally costs $5 a month, and special seating for events run by Live Nation.
Okay, those are good perks. What about the company's merger with Sprint?
Well, it's still under regulatory review. If approved, the U.S. would have just 3 nationwide cell phone companies.
Good to know. Thanks, Nicole. We are sad to report Aretha Franklin died on Thursday at the age of 76, losing her battle to pancreatic cancer. The Queen of Soul was surrounded by family in her hometown of Detroit when she passed. Franklin hit the music scene in 1960 at just 18 years old. And by 1967, she was topping the charts with hits like Respect and A Natural Woman. The music industry is mourning her passing, with Elton John calling her the greatest soul artist of all time, and Barbra Streisand saying it's difficult to conceive of a world without her. Franklin gave her last performance in June of 2017, and her career earned her 18 Grammys, including the Recording Academy's Grammy Legend Award and a Lifetime Achievement Award, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and she made history as the first Black woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Aretha will surely be missed. Well, you may have written reviews on Yelp and Netflix. Now, one site wants you to review where you live. The real estate site Trulia has launched a feature called Neighborhoods. It uses reviews and photos from locals to give potential home buyers a feel for what the area is really like. The tool lets people know whether an area is dog-friendly, if the yards are well-kept, and if it's quiet or noisy. A Trulia survey found 85% of people say the neighborhood is just as important or even more important than the home itself. But it can be hard to research a neighborhood. In a separate survey, 40% of people told Trulia they regretted a recent move. A company, SVP, said their reasons, quote, had nothing to do with the physical building. It had everything else around the neighborhood: vibe, walkability, friendliness, parking. More than 15 million reviews have been submitted so far. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Top 30. Gel and acrylic nail polishes are behind some colorful summer looks trending on Instagram. But according to a recent UK report, they're also behind a potential allergy epidemic. Joining us now with some tips, no pun intended, is Dr. Suzanne Gilbert-Glantz. Doctor, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Okay, I have gel nails. I love my gel nails. What's the potential health risk here?
Well, the issue specifically with this study is an allergy to a part of the adhesive, a chemical called methacrylamate. And it's actually fairly common. 1% to 2% of the population can have an allergic reaction.
Okay.
The thing is that, you know, the obvious areas around the area of the nail bed, redness, rash, itching, scaling, even hives, that's going to be associated potentially with that exposure. But you can actually get remote exposure. You could get a rash or an allergic reaction elsewhere on the body that's associated with the adhesive. And the problem is, in the future, if you were to have dental surgery, orthopedic surgery, you know, like a hip replacement, any of those things, they use the same adhesive. And so you could actually be allergic and not know it.
And the last place you would look is on your nails.
Right, exactly,
You know?
exactly.
Okay, so what can we do to stay safe here?
Okay, so first of all, this is a don't do this at home moment.
Yes.
Don't do these at home. The home kits, you know, people don't really, they're not as careful, it's hard to do it so carefully on yourself. Do it in a reputable nail salon. The other thing you could do is just give your nails a break. Take the polish off, take the gel off, and don't do your nails for like a month. Let them grow out, breathe.
Well, knowledge is power, and that was some great information, Doctor. Thank you. All right, let's face it, everyone. Cafeteria food isn't great, but 2 former cafeteria workers are accused of something much more serious than serving bad food. They were charged with stealing lunch money, lots of it. Sisters Joanne Pasquarelli and Marie Wilson were charged with first-degree larceny for allegedly stealing almost $500,000 from cafeteria cash registers. The alleged scheme took place over the course of 5 years and involved cafeterias in the middle school and high school in New Canaan, Connecticut. District officials found out about the cash discrepancies when they switched to a new accounting system last year. They filed a complaint with the New Canaan police, who then embarked on a 9-month investigation that culminated in Pasquarelli and Wilson's arrest. Both women pleaded not guilty. If convicted, they could face up to 20 years in jail. Not sure how they lost track of $500,000, but maybe there's a lesson in accounting here. Well, sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward. A survey by staffing firm Office Team has revealed 14% of workers have at one point been demoted. While men were more than twice as likely to get pushed down the ladder, the likelihood fell as workers aged. Nearly a quarter of those 18 to 34 experienced a demotion. Only 3% of those over 55 had. Consulting some 300 HR managers, the survey found poor performance and not succeeding at a new position were the top reasons for a move. 6% stepped down voluntarily. Many took demotions in stride, but nearly half admitted to getting angry and losing interest in their work. 52% quit their job entirely. An Office Team exec suggests workers keep things professional post-demotion, learning from the change and doing what they can to position themselves for future advancement. Who knows, with some hard work, you could soon be climbing the career ladder again. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's go to New York City with Us Weekly's Brody Brown, who has the latest on Demi Lovato's treatment. Hi, Brody.
Hi, Kristen. Demi Lovato is seeking intense rehab treatment following her alleged drug overdose last month. A source told us that the singer doesn't want to feel like things are being handed to her. After spending nearly 2 weeks at LA Cedars-Sinai, sources confirmed to us that Demi checked into a facility that features a more constructive, tough love approach. And Real Housewives of New Jersey star Danielle Staub is back in the news for her marriage, only 3 months after Us Weekly exclusively broke the news that the reality star had tied the knot with Marty Caffrey. We've confirmed Danielle and her husband Marty have now taken out restraining orders against each other.
Okay, and it's been almost a year since This Is Us star Mandy Moore got engaged. Can we expect wedding bells anytime soon?
Don't get your hopes up, Kristen. We spoke exclusively with Mandy at an event recently who told us she hasn't even started planning her wedding to singer Taylor Goldsmith yet. She hopes her wedding celebration will be tiny and hopefully easy. Mandy also previously told us that she has never been the girl that wanted to wear a white dress.
Thanks for the scoop, Brody. We'll see you next week. All right, I don't know about you, but my phone is always dying, which is why we have today's Top 30 steal. A Liz Claiborne charging wristlet at a special 60% discount. This is perfect for keeping your phone charged on the go. It has a universal charging station that's compatible with Android and Apple devices, and it even protects your phone and credit cards while you're out. There's an interior lining with RFID data theft protection. The purse is made from vegan leather. There are 3 pockets and 4 interior card slots. It's available in many colors: rose gold, gold, ivory, and lavender. The Liz Claiborne charging wristlet retails for $50, but today you can buy it for just 20 bucks. That's a 60% discount. And you can get this right now at morningsave.com while they last. Over 300 American newspapers are speaking out about the importance of a free press. The papers wrote editorials following what reporters say are attacks on the media by President Trump. The president has tweeted the fake news media is the opposition party. He's repeatedly called journalists the enemy of the people and accused reporters of writing total fiction. The movement began when the Boston Globe said it would denounce the administration's dirty war with the press and asked other papers to join in regardless of their politics. The Globe said America depends on a free press, quote, to speak the truth to the powerful. The New York Post said being a journalist isn't a popularity contest. In Philadelphia, the Inquirer wrote, if the press is not free from reprisal, punishment, or suspicion for unpopular views or information, neither is the country. Press freedom groups have criticized the president's language, while his supporters say the media is biased against him. More Top 30 after this. In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 26 Houston, with kids heading back to school and bullying, depression, and anxiety continuing to be a major hurdle for kids at earlier and earlier ages, the Texas Family Pediatric Group in Sugar Land, Texas, is doing their part to help reverse the trend. As part of their back-to-school physicals, they're offering kids a questionnaire to help detect mental health problems early, with hopes that it can open up the conversation between kids and parents to potentially stop bullying and its effects before they start. In our next story from Fox 4 Dallas, Gateway Church senior pastor Robert Morris's life was saved during an emergency surgery after receiving donated blood. After that experience, Morris realized there's a critical need for more blood donations, and he motivated his congregation to do their part, and they're breaking records. The blood drive at each of Gateway Church's 6 campuses brought more than 1,500 people, and it's estimated to have saved at least 4,600 lives. In our final story from Fox 9 Minneapolis, at only 15 years old, Amelia Sawalich has already traveled the world with the Starkey Hearing Foundation, helping fit hearing aids for those in need. And now, in celebration of International Youth Day, she is taking her philanthropy to the world stage, speaking at the United Nations as a part of a panel of young philanthropists, all with the hopes that she can inspire other young people to follow their hearts and go above and beyond to help those in need. Welcome back to Top 30. A Philadelphia couple hit a home run with their recent gender reveal. And Mike Jarek from Fox 29 in Philly joins us to talk about it. Hi, Mike.
Okay, it's Dion and Keisha. They took their gender reveal to the streets.
Please don't miss.
As you can tell, they're going to have a boy. By the way, Dion said he practiced with the baseball bat for about 24 hours because they only had one blue hollow ball with all that blue stuff in it. So he had to make contact because as the ball hit the street, it would blow up.
What an amazing video. And Mike, I hear the Philadelphia 76ers took notice of the jerseys they were wearing.
Oh, yeah, they all are Sixers fans. That's why they all had the jerseys on, even though it was using a baseball bat. So they came on our show. Kristen, I don't know if you've ever seen our show, Good Day Philadelphia. This is our studio. And so the Sixers came on, jumped out of a box, one of the dancers, and they gave him a prize package full of Sixers memorabilia.
What an awesome gift. And congrats to Dion and Keisha. Thanks, Mike. A viral video taken at a zoo has triggered a police investigation. In the clip, a man climbs a barrier at the Los Angeles Zoo, sneaks up behind 2 female hippos, and slaps one of them on the rear end. The hippo, named Rosie, doesn't seem to react, but the other animal, Rosie's mother, Mara, can be seen lifting her head. The man jumps back over the fence and appears to do a victory dance. Workers at the zoo learned about the incident when the video began circulating on social media last week. The Los Angeles Police Department is investigating it as trespassing. Because Rosie doesn't appear to have been harmed, police say they can't investigate it as animal cruelty. But the zoo says that doesn't make it okay. A spokesperson said any unauthorized interaction with an animal is unsafe for the animal and potentially unsafe for the patron. Under California law, it's illegal to enter a zoo enclosure. The zoo has also put up no trespassing signs as a response to the video. A large majority of senior drivers are not discussing limitations they have behind the wheel with family or doctors, which is raising safety concerns. The AAA Foundation for Public Safety found that 83% of older drivers have never talked with anyone about physical or mental issues that affect their ability to drive. According to the Federal Highway Administration, the number of residents ages 65 and older holding a valid driver's license is on the rise. Robert Sinclair Jr. from AAA Northeast said as more and more seniors hit the road, older driver safety becomes increasingly important. He added, it's important to talk early and often about an aging driver's future behind the wheel. 47,000 senior drivers were involved in crashes in New Jersey in 2016, which included over 100 fatalities and 10,000 injuries. The foundation is hoping studies like this will help in developing effective safety countermeasures for senior drivers. And Top 30 will be right back. Welcome back. Sports Illustrated swimsuit model Robin Lawley experienced every model's worst nightmare, an injury to her face. But she's tackling it head on with refreshing honesty on Instagram, saying life isn't all rainbows. Earlier this year, Lawley revealed she has lupus and an autoimmune disorder called antiphospholipid syndrome. She was hoping to make others with these invisible illnesses feel less alone. 2 months ago, the 29-year-old fell down the stairs and suffered lacerations to her forehead, chin, and lip. She's opening up about the terrifying incident with a shocking photo of the injury and scars on social media. Part of her caption read, "There's a reason I was public about my lupus and APS diagnosis from the start. I unfortunately had a seizure on my staircase. I fell from over 7 feet and landed on my face." Despite her injuries, she's come full circle with gratefulness and says she's just happy she wasn't holding her 3-year-old daughter at the time. Lawley also says she found strength in others who have been brave enough to share their own physical and emotional battles. And now it seems she will be that person for others. Lawley will return to work for Fashion Week, scars and all. Okay, moving on now. Scientists from MIT analyzed a massive amount of data and found some unexpected consequences of climate change. Researchers reviewed information from more than 70 million police stops, 500,000 deadly accidents, and almost 13 million food safety violations. They were trying to understand how increased temperatures impact crucial government work and said this is the first time any study like this has ever been done. And here's what they found. The number of deadly traffic accidents increased in hotter temperatures, while the number of traffic stops actually decreased. They found a similar trend when it came to food safety. The number of inspections decreased when it was hotter, but when those inspections did happen, there were more violations found. The study determined in most cases the effort made by public safety workers and regulators declined at the time of greatest risk. Researchers did offer some simple solutions, like having police officers wear light-colored clothing to deflect heat and limiting oversight for food safety inspectors working in hot areas. They said the point of the study wasn't to scare people, but to understand the impact of climate change and find solutions. Well, as Canada continues to mourn following the mass shooting earlier this month in Fredericton, New Brunswick, one boy's tribute to the victims has gone viral. 12-year-old Joshua Cochran has autism and believes music is a powerful tool for healing. He says it broke his heart to know that some kids won't have their parents around anymore to tuck them into bed at night. 2 police officers were killed in the shooting, so Cochran tweaked some of the lyrics to Hallelujah to reflect a cop's experience on the job.
Late at night as people sleep, you roam your city and protect your streets.
That video has more than 500,000 views and has been shared more than 15,000 times. And Cochran said, when something bad like this happens in the world, it's hard to see past the bad. I wanted to help people only see the good. Well, mission accomplished. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back. A supermarket has opened in the heart of Los Angeles, and not one of its 31,000 products is edible, but people are still loving it. That's because every item in the Sparrow Mart is made of felt. Walk in the aisle, shoppers will find ramen, cleaning products, soups, and candies. Sushi creations run $10 each, while felt bottles of alcohol cost $65. Sparrow Mart's the creation of artist Lucy Sparrow. After traveling to LA for research, Lucy spent a a year working in her London studio known as the Felt Cave. The market is Lucy's largest art installation, but it's not her first. In 2014, she opened the Corner Shop, a London convenience store featuring 4,000 hand-sewn items such as magazines and frozen treats. Even the register was felt. 3 years later, Lucy brought her talent to New York. The 8 Till Late bodega featured deli meats and videos among its 9,000 creations. Sparrow Mart is set to remain open through the end of August, but will likely sell out much sooner. And that's it for today's show. Here's what's coming up on the next Top 30. Fuel prices are on the rise this summer, but we'll have some tips and tricks to save money when filling up. Plus, if you think open offices are too noisy and lack privacy, this company will let you bring your own. And when one teacher needed some help in his battle with cancer, his coworkers stepped up to help. You can also listen to today's biggest stories on the Top 30 podcast. It's all coming up on the next Top 30.